was thinking that I was really nervous, and I get really nervous whenever I walk into a networking event, or I get really nervous whenever I talk, or I'm on a panel, or I get really nervous in my job. I don't know whether I'm going to actually do it right when I'm on a shoot, and it fills me up, and I get full of anxiety, and it's something that I've always had, it's something that I've always struggled with. And I guess I was thinking, like, where did that start, and how did I sort of overcome that in certain ways so that I could lead a business and do video for my business and do all those things. And I was thinking back, and I was thinking when I was a kid that I was that kid that the teacher wouldn't know who I was. They wouldn't know my name until I was about 14, and then they knew my name because I had to phone my mum to tell her that I wasn't in school. So like, by that point they knew who I was. But I was too shy to get something from the shop. I would send my little brother in to go and buy it for me because I was too nervous to speak to the person over the counter. And I was thinking, so like, this is something that I've struggled with a lot, and I was wondering, like, what was the point where that changed? And I guess I was doing loads of things that I wasn't really enjoying. I was doing a job that I didn't like doing, and I was not looking forward to going to work on a Monday morning, and I had that dread and that anxiety bubble again. I guess it keeps cropping up, and I guess I just sort of got to the point in my life where I was like, you know what, you're here once, so press that fuck it button and and do what you want to do, and just like it was instant. It snapped, it clicked, and I realised that if I wanted to be confident, and I wanted to do these things, and I wanted to buy a one-way ticket to Australia, which is what I ended up doing, and going over there and starting my own business in Wonder Films. And if I wanted to do that, then all I had to do was just appear confident, and then eventually it starts to happen. And then so that's sort of what I did. So I made that change. I guess that sort of led me on then to running the business, and I had to be sort of confident to run the business. And what we do at Wonder Films is we create videos for businesses, and so we help businesses with their video marketing strategy, and we do ongoing work with them, and we help them create some really great video content, and we produce that content for them. But what we also do is we help them do it organically, so help them sort of do selfie videos and teach them how they could do it themselves, I guess. So I think that's sort of what I wanted to talk about. Is because we do videos for our clients, and we tell them that they should do videos, then we need to be able to do that ourselves. And I hated it. It was the worst thing ever. I felt ridiculous if I had to take a selfie video, and if there was anyone in the room, or if I had to do a vlog, and you feel stupid, or you'll sit in your car and you'll do it in there, and then you feel like, oh my God, I'm sat in the car and everybody else sits in the car when they do these sorts of things, and just like it spirals, and it's just, I guess you had to again make that snap decision, hit that fuck it button, and start appearing confident, start being the person that you want to be on camera, feeling comfortable doing it, which is horrendous, and it's really hard to do, but the more you do it, the easier it is. The more, it's like anything, practice makes perfect, right? But I guess the thing is, the reason that you would have to do that, and what I learned is that at the end of the day, people buy from people, and how do you see people when you're online? Well, it tends to be through video. It's a really great way of connecting with people, and a really great way of getting people to connect with your business too. So that's sort of why. Oh, fantastic. That's sort of that's why we tell our clients to do video, and that's why we do video and all of those things. So I guess I really want people to hit that fuck it button, and I really want people to do video, and I'm really pushing for that. I'm really pushing for clients to do that. But I wanted to talk to you today about how you can do that, and I didn't know how people felt in the room, whether you felt confident, whether you felt comfortable doing that. So I thought what I'd do is I'd give you a few tips on things that would make it a little bit easier for you to do it yourself. Now, I own a video production company, so obviously I feel like people should if they want their business to appear professional, then it's worth thinking about getting some professional video done. And 100%, I wouldn't be in business if I didn't think that. But what I also think is that organic, that real stuff, the relatable stuff. Like, I mean, everyone's got a phone. So like, if you see someone using a phone, automatically you're connected to that person. So what can you do with a phone to create some like epic video content for yourself, for your business, for whatever it is? So right, I was thinking about this, and I was trying to think, like, I thought of like about 20,000 tips that I could tell you, and I thought that would probably blow your brains, and like you probably wouldn't be able to write them quick enough or whatever. So I thought I'd like try and cram that down into my 3 best tips. My 3 top tips for what you can do to create some awesome content for yourself, for your business, using your phone. Okay? So, right, straight up, I thought I'd go like a practical one first, so something that you could, something that's sort of physical that you could do. My number 1 would be to look into this little lens here. So if you're doing a selfie video, there's a camera here. But what people tend to do is like check your hair out in the screen, and you're looking at yourself, or you're looking to see if anyone's watching behind you, and you're doing all of those things, and it's super distracting. And what's happening is you're not actually having eye contact with the audience, and which is the ultimate. It's the aim of the game is to speak to them. So, and when you're speaking to people, you know that you need that eye contact. So if you're looking at that little lens there, that's exactly what it is. When you do vlogs with a bigger camera, you look directly into the lens. That's eye contact. That's that person-to-person connection. So that was my tip number 1. My tip number 2, I was thinking I've done a practical tip, so I needed to like condense that down a little bit. I needed to think outside the box, and I was thinking what my next tip would be, and I guess what people always say to me is that they say that I'm kind of good on video, and yeah, I never used to be, and I hit that fuck it button, and now I'm a little bit better than I was, and it's practice and all of those things. But what people say a lot is that I'm really passionate about what I'm talking about. Like they say, like, you must love video. You're absolutely brimming. Like you're like a little puppy that's you need to calm down. You know, I should stop drinking too much coffee before I do it, but it peps me up. But no, it's all about being passionate. So I guess that's my tip number 2. It's being passionate about what you're talking about. If you're passionate about what you do, if you're passionate about if you've got like a skin treatment and you love what it's doing and the effects and this person, and oh my god, and like the face is just, I mean, have you seen what it was before? It was habit, but now it looks incredible, and it's all plump and beautiful, and but it's like you love what you do, and that really connects, it translates through the lens, and being passionate, that helps you with that confidence thing, right? That helps you with that confidence gap that you might have about going on a video in the first place. So that's tip number 2. That's passion, be passionate. And I guess that sort of leads me on nicely in my 3rd tip, and it was sort of hard to condense it again down into 3 tips. So I did the practical one, and then the emotional one, and I guess the next one is sort of like it's the mental game, and it's really hard to do it. You feel like a fool. You feel silly when you're doing it. So what can you do to sort of get over that feeling? Well, is you can just do it, right? Like, no one has to see it. Like, no one ever has to see it. You can do 1,000 videos of yourself and feel like you've messed all of them up. It doesn't matter, because it's only you. It's you in that video, and you'll start to learn how to do things a little bit, how to improve every time, and maybe you'll see it and you'll be like, do you know what, I'm so comfortable with this right now that it doesn't matter what I look like, I'm gonna post it. But ultimately, you don't have to, unless you go live. So I would probably suggest, if you're gonna do your first video, probably don't go live, because like that's live, and let's so but yeah, it's practice makes perfect, and if you're not feeling comfortable, and you're not feeling confident doing that, then 100% like just do it, see how it goes, and eventually you'll start pumping them out. Okay, so that's sort of my practical advice, and I guess like I've been through been through a huge journey, especially over the past 2 years. And like I said, I pushed that button and I went and I travelled and I worked on some TV stuff and then started making promotional videos for businesses while I was travelling, and it was just like the most insane experience of my entire life. And I look younger than I am. I'm 27, so it's still like it's still a good life. But I guess my point is, it's just nothing has been as exciting as what I'm doing right now, even right down to what I'm doing physically right now, and talking to you guys in this room and seeing if I might be able to give you some tips or advice and things that I know, and helping people, I guess, it's an incredible feeling. But like having your own something and being this, I don't know, just freaking loving it and being so comfortable and happy and confident living life, when I've spent my whole life being so full of anxiety and feeling that bubble. And I guess it's just like it's taking that step. It's that mental switch that we all think about doing, but do we ever actually do it? Is there a moment where you feel like, oh my god, like I just can't do another day, and is it worth it? You get one crack at life, like, and why waste it doing something that you don't want to do? And I guess I've realised that a little earlier than some people might, or maybe a little later than others. But it's something that's really stuck with me, that's really important, and I guess that's why people say that I speak with so much passion about things, because I feel it, man. I'm so lucky, I'm so blessed, and I'm so fortunate to be where I am here right now in business, and then talking to you and seeing if I can help. And so anyway, I'm waffling, and I apologise for that, but I guess I'll wind it back in. And so what I wanted to do now that I've given you my tips and waffled at you for a couple of minutes, I think that what I'd really love to do is set a bit of a challenge. Okay, so we'll see how this goes. So what I would really love, over the next week, I think it would be absolutely incredible. It can be a work week. We can do work week 5 days. That's nothing, right? 5 days is nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Right. So like 5 days. Okay. So what you could do, we'll call it the hashtag Wonder Challenge. And what we'll do is that over the next 5 days of the working week, so Monday to Friday, you can post a selfie video talking about something that you're super passionate about. Or it can be your business, it can be the thing that you do, it can be your dog if you want, if you're super passionate about your dog, whatever it is. I'm super passionate about my dog, so so the idea is that you create a piece of video content and share it, and you can share that on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Instagram, on whatever it is. But it's just getting yourself more comfortable with putting yourself out there and really going for it, and really trying to push the business, push yourself, push your confidence, and talk about those things that really make you passionate. So the challenge is hashtag We Love Wonder Films. Use that hashtag when you share it. We'll be able to find it. The best post that we find, or the one that does it every day for 5 days, that's the one that we're gonna choose, and we're gonna buzz. Well, in fact, we'll probably buzz about all of you if you do it. That'd be incredible. But we'll choose the one that does it consistently and does a really epic job. Remember, and looking at the lens and being passionate and all those things. And you can win a Wonder Films t-shirt, right? Right? Yeah. No, but what I'd really like to do is, whoever does do that, it'd be fantastic if I could come out, maybe talk to you about your business and see how you can organically grow your video content, and see if there's a way that we can help you do that. But what you've got to do first, hashtag Wonder Challenge. And what we'll do is we'll post it on our social channels, and you can follow us on there and find us, and we'll post about it, and we'll see if we can get you involved. And I might even kick it off with my own video for you and see how that goes. Yeah. So yeah, I guess more, if anyone wants any advice, yeah, absolutely, just hit me up. I'm Chloe Clover. I'm from Wonder Films. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on Facebook. You find, I mean, my personal Facebook has heaps of privacy settings, but you can find one of Film's on there. So we could, we'll hook it up, we'll chat and see if there's any way that we can help you increase your video marketing. Okay, thank you for listening to me for waffling for that amount of time. I really appreciate it. And thanks for coming out and having a chat. And I'd love to talk to you afterwards too. Thank you.
Fantastic. Questions for Chloë while she's at the front?
Yes. Obviously, I'm in a very, very geeky technical field.
Yes.
And although I'm passionate about it, most people will listen to me and go,
That's true, Nathan.
sorry?
Sorry, what are you saying?
Yeah, see, and I could go on for hours about Linux and servers and web servers and email and DNS and all this stuff that really means something to me.
Yeah.
But no one's going to care.
But maybe because you think that no one's going to care, that's you limiting yourself. So you don't actually know that because you haven't actually done it. And I 100% think that if you're as passionate as you seem to be, and I've talked to you, and I'm interested in what you've got to say, and if you did do that, and if you did put yourself out there, and you press that button and put yourself online, maybe condense it a little bit.
Type this into this, type this into that. Yeah.
But people are going to buy you the one.
Well, that's right, and so far they have. So that's proof in the pudding. But a follow on to that.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I now have a fantastic view out of my office.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the first place I'd want to stick a camera and go, look at me, look at this.
Yeah.
But it's nothing to do with me and my business, except, well, it's to do with me.
Yeah.
So I would want to do kind of like me in a corner with a nice screen share of what I'm doing.
Right.
But doing that live can equal tons of problems.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of things that you could do. So
I do know how to use OBS.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
So I guess what you could do is.
It's a piece of software that's gamers use for streaming mostly. So you kind of, when you watch the gamers play, you can see a little face in the corner with the headphones on, and then the game's on the screen. It's a way of overlaying multiple video, and it's very clever. And if you have a half decent computer, it's very good. If you have a really bad computer, it's useless. Don't touch it; it'll just murder your machine.
So do you have any sort of editing knowledge? Would you know how to sort of edit that together so you could sort of bookend it with some of the real stuff, and then you could go into maybe that stuff and then come back into the real stuff?
So you think do a lot of kind of like offline editing of what I want to talk about, and then actually go live with me talking about whatever I've recorded?
You could do. I guess what I'm trying to say is that what you'd be doing there if you were going to do a demo and show people, which is super valuable. I guess if someone wanted to know how to do something and they were going to specifically look how to do that particular thing, and you were doing a demo, then that's great. But more important than that, I think the way that people are consuming media at the moment is more it's more value driven, but it's definitely more of a connection. They want to know who you are as a person. So yeah, they want to know that you can do this incredible stuff, and that's amazing. And maybe a little bit further down the line, that's something that you should absolutely do once you've built that base. But ultimately, people buy from people, and you're a person, and they want to see that side of you. And I guess even with Facebook and stuff like that, they're totally flipping it on its head, and it's less about like sales, and really short clips and stuff like that. They're looking for what they're looking for is vlog format video. They want you to interact and build a community, and that's why you've got that little community tab that you can do on Facebook, where you can build a community around your brand and build culture and get to know you, and it becomes a bigger thing than just the what you can do, because I'm sure what you can do is fantastic, but there's probably other people that could do what you can do. So it's got to be about you.
Right. Okay, thank you.
That's the question. So if you'll obviously have all the kit.
Yeah, I do.
And we'll just have a phone. How do we deal with like sound? Because obviously if I'm stood with my back to the one way to the light, one way you can see me, one way I'm obliterated, how would you sort of deal with that and get the sound right? Do you plan what you do, or you just go and do it?
It's a really good question. Some people do plan what they do, and that's a brilliant idea. I, however, do not. I don't plan out. I feel like it's way more natural for you not to do that. If you start thinking about scripts and I've got to say this and I've got to do this, then it can feel forced, and it can feel unnatural. So I tend not to do that. I guess with lighting and stuff like that, if you've got natural light, use it. I mean,
There's a chap named me does it all the time, and he walks about with his phone recording himself. And when you watch the films, you start to feel a bit seasick because he's always
bobbing
all
about.
over the place. And I'm thinking, do you want to just stay still for a bit now? I can.
Well, there's a couple of, so I'll be talking about gadgets now, which you totally don't need gadgets, and you're right though. If you're gonna walk about, then it's sort of hard and it can make you feel a bit. But I mean, you could just stand in one spot and do something really engaging too, or move a little bit. But what you can get is some devices that can help with that. So there's something called a gimbal, and you can get that for your phone. It depends whether you want to invest in that. Maybe it's worth just trying it out as it is first. You can also get little microphones that go on the top that would improve the sound quality, but I guess I don't feel like that's necessary all of the time, I guess is what I'm saying. So again, although I feel like professional gear and equipment, and we do it, and if you want your business to look in a certain way, it needs to be represented right, and it needs to represent your brand, and it needs to look spot on. Having said that, if we still do the selfie videos, and we still do it on the phone without a mic, without a gimbal, we still do that because it's real, and that's what people want to see. They want to see the real you and that connection that you can have with someone. With lighting, I would say that definitely don't shoot yourself with the window behind you, because absolutely you're going to look like a silhouette, and that's not good. And you can shoot with it full on your face. That would work out great. But what I would suggest is probably shooting it sort of sideways. You get some like nice Rembrandt lighting on your face, which means that you get a nice little light triangle here, and it looks dope, looks really good. So I would say that try and use natural light, and it's loads better than this stuff. But ultimately, it's just about doing it.
Have you used Clips before? You know the apps you can download to take the videos? I think one was called Clips or something. We were trialing it.
I haven't actually. No, I guess I sort of do have a bit of a head start because I can use editing software and stuff like that. I have way back used the GoPro one. So if anyone's got a GoPro, they're great as well. The new ones, the Hero 7, they've got really good sound quality and they're stabilised as well. So, but again, that's spending money. But 100%, I think I couldn't tell you which app to use because I haven't used a lot of them. I use Adobe, so I use the Adobe software. But I would 100% say that if you feel like you want to split some stuff together and you want to give it a go, 100%, absolutely try it out and let me know how it is, so I can tell people next time they ask.
Which editing software do you use?
So I use Premiere Pro, or the Wonder Films we use Premiere Pro. Do you use?
I used to use Premiere Pro because I sometimes make home videos and video diaries and things. So I used to use Premiere Pro because I had the Creative Suite package to use for desktop publishing and things like that. But then I stopped using Adobe, and then I thought, what else can I use? And I realised because I got a Mac, I could use iMovie, so I tend to use that now.
Yeah. If you've got I use PC and Windows. So I don't use Mac, but 100%. Yeah, you can use the iMovies thing, and also there's Final Cut Pro, which is great on Mac as well. So there's heaps you can do, but again, you can do it without using any of that. You can do something really engaging and really poignant and all of those things just using your phone. But remember looking at that little dot.
I use a camcorder though.
Well, that's equally as fantastic, and I mean then you'd have to upload it on the computer and maybe put a little something, but it's just horses for courses.
If it's got a flip screen, make sure you're looking at the lens of the camera and not on the flip screen, because sometimes you can watch a video and you can see that somebody's eyes are slightly off centre, and again it's that thing that you just talked about.
Yeah, it is, and if you're gonna post on social media, so if you want to post on Facebook or Twitter or those sorts of things, and you want it to be, you probably notice there's a difference between videos that seem to be sort of squashed and long. They're like the widescreen ones, so that's if you flip your phone on the side, it's going to do that. But what's really great is when you do it like upright, and the reason that's really great is because when you post that, it goes into a square which is much bigger than that widescreen, so it's more impactful. So a lot of people, it makes more of an impact when you're scrolling. So it's all about beat the scroll. That's what we do. We beat the scroll. So yeah. So there's different things you can do, but I'm 100% happy to chat to anyone about what you can do.
So you always say have the phone like that rather than like that.
Yeah. So it's what you're using it for. I mean, if you've got like a stunning landscape and you really want to show that off, then you get the turn it on the side and get the, or like maybe if there's two of you and it's sort of can be a little hard to sort of get everyone in. Exactly. But if it's you and you're doing a selfie video and you're talking to that person, then yeah, I would advise having a portrait, and then it's more impactful when you post it.
Okay, thank you.
No worries.
Are you going to show us one of your videos?
I could do, but I'm not going to.
Oh.
Has anybody actually done their own videos online?
No, what, I mean one of your that you've done for a try.
Yeah.
Well, I can send a link out, can't I?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll send a link
Oh,
out.
I've seen them. I've just
Yes.
if you want to show the
Yeah.
others today, I've seen.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Was anybody actually done their own video online, posted on social media?
I've gone Facebook Live before,
Yeah.
and it is quite scary.
Yeah.
It totally is. I used to sell a body shop
Right.
as a side, and I've actually done a facial. We're
Yeah.
using all products and stuff.
Oh, that's
It,
amazing.
it's one of those things. It's just you're pretending that you're just by yourself, and
Yeah.
you're just there, you know.
Yeah, I've just done it. I just joined Clover like 5 weeks ago, and we were doing sort of, because there's loads of changes through Parliament at the minute about my area of law, and I was going to do this little chat, and I was talking to Lucy, who was behind the camera, as though she was there, and she wasn't. And as soon as the camera went on, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I just knew that I was being recorded, and I
Yeah.
just did change my.
And was that a
presentation.
live? Did you?
No, there was just me and Lucy. She was pressing stop start,
Right.
and
As soon as you know it's there and the pressure's on, and
it does.
it does.
Sometimes I find when I felt like that, I tend to try to stare through the camera,
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretend it's not there, and as if you're still looking at them, but you look right through the lens, through the camera at the person, and then you don't see the camera anymore.
I had like stage fright, so I forgot the actual content of the topic, and I was sort of like, what was I going to say? My papers were like off camera, like.
It's really difficult. I think I think what you said is right. It's not necessarily thinking about, and it's weird to do as well. But it's not necessarily thinking about it as this inanimate object, this camera. That sort of makes it feel really scary. But what you're actually doing is you're talking to someone behind it. Like someone's going to be watching that, and it's going to feel to them as if you're talking to them. So you just feel like
So you need to imagine you're chatting to your mum or something, really.
yeah,
don't
for
you?
sure. Well, yeah, depends what your
Well,
relationship's
I-
like.
I- relationship.
But yeah, absolutely. But so you were pausing and starting, and yeah. Well, I think that's great. But again, it doesn't work for everyone, but I really like it when you don't have the pressure of following a script, because you probably know that your job, it's like inside out. You know what you're doing, and you know what you want to say because you do it all the time, and you work there because you know what you're doing. So like, you don't need the notes. You don't need to know what to say because you know your business and you know you and you know what you're going to do. Thanks. Well, any other questions? But I will totally send a link out to our stuff. I could boot it up, or maybe afterwards.
Yeah, fantastic.
Share a little bit of what we've done. But yeah, it was Bill. That was really nice talking.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I look forward to seeing all your videos over next week with the hashtag Wonder Challenge.
100%. Yeah.
Excellent. We'll actually move up now onto some structured networking. It's all very informal still, everything, so don't panic or anything. You're actually probably in the best groups you're actually in now. So Chloe, are you okay to sit here?
Yes.
Lou, do you want to jump in here as well?
Yeah.
And Lou, if you want to go at the back with Ruth and Steve. And Simon, if you're okay in that floor there. Yeah. And I'll come and sit with you guys. So I'll give you some prompts. They are just prompts, so it's just to get the conversations actually started. So there's quite a few new people around the table, so the first one is actually just to introduce yourselves and obviously exchange business cards.
Do I still need to do that?
You can stay silent. More chairs for you guys.
Of course.
You're right. Doing you alright? You wonder? Yeah.
That's me. I've got one, yeah. I've also added you on LinkedIn earlier.
Oh, yeah.
I just didn't put it back. I tried to like find people with
You know, when she was saying about the content on the post, I'm just obviously trying to write stuff on LinkedIn, trying to post things. You're not supposed to be leaving things, you tend to be considerate about being safe and stuff.